do the impossible, impossible.
It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. It was a nice week for him last time out. A 107-yard game. It's the Saints and the Steelers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
Shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints about to begin their first possession, and the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
The first throw, here's Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Jameis to throw it. Back to Kamara for another catch. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand. Just
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Winston to give. It's Kamara. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
The slant complete to Michael Thomas. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Play action now. Winston. And his throw is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Winston. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I don't care what game it is, everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Winston looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And now we get our first look at the hometown kid, rookie Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh, as he leads the Steeler offense out for their first possession.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year.
Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Back to throw. Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. On second down, this is Harris. On the move past the 40. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Pickett sets up play action. It's brought in by Harris. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Dante Hightower on the stop. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Harris. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now a first down carry for Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Harris is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Pickett, open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Well, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football. Well, we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles' birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on.
This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
21 yards there on 3rd down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Winston.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Finding Pickens for another catch.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Here's Winston. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
To throw is Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Winston now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So the 3rd drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Kenny Pickett in the Pittsburgh offense set to go to work once again.
And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner.
73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
This is taken at the 15.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The Saints on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Jameis to throw it. And it's caught, the tight end Hill.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Winston. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Winston. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They hand this off to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
87 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Following the interception, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City. Check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead, and they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Keyshawn Vaughn with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These 2 teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Picking now to throw off the play fake.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Off play action. Pickett. That swung out wide to Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run again with Harris. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
119 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run. Here's Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They run with Harris. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Deontay Johnson from 3 yards out.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Jameis now on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On first and 10, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Winston to give, it's Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Winston. Catch here, left side, Thomas. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game because right now, the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steelers ready for their next possession.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on him, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 38, Pickett. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, here's Pickett.
Complete, it's Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now Pickett.
That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Back to throw. Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
A first down throw for Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
From the 27, Winston. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Winston now from the 50.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. To throw again on second down. Winston buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris running straight ahead. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line's got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. On third down, here's Harris. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints again ready to go on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Throwing again on second down. Winston. He gets it to Thomas.
Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans 1st down.
Throwing, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Jameis again. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy.
And he is going to have the Saints 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Winston now to throw on 1st down. over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. At this point, down big. You'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Rolling to his right. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Pickett sets up play action. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On the ground, it's Harris. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
From the gun, here's Pickett. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. To throw again on second down. Winston looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Winston from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Jameis to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
But he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Again, it's Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. One thing I think that safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
There is Deontay Johnson as his Steeler offense gets set for this next series.
And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to him.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, at a Pittsburgh first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Here's Harris. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Harris. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Pittsburgh, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.